Hey guys, B.O.L.T here. I should really be in bed, but I do need to get these videos done. So, anyways, there will be two back-to-back summary videos. I know I'm doing a lot of these, but I get to do whatever I want now without a schedule. Anyways, first video, here's what this video's title is: The Backrooms. I have researched this thing, and it's confusing here and there, but basically it's kind of like in a game. There are some games that are unfinished, not completely tested, and they have glitches. And there is a thing called no clipping, where you just clip through the entire environment, and it basically you get through into a void, and it's just game breaking. Well, think about that in reality, where you're just doing some regular task, and you just accidentally slip, and it just cuts you out of reality and throws you in this. The most general known one is the office area. It's basically just like a classic 90s 80s one where it's like yellow paper. There's like, I guess in the level 0 there's a moist carpet, and then there's like fluorescent lights. I guess that's level 0. I guess there's also a level, well, no, level 1 is the same thing. I guess level 0 is the regular like scene. Like there's that YouTuber who just made short films about it. That's level 0, I guess. And I guess the only way to escape that is by no clipping. So I guess push on all the walls, push on all the things of it, and hopefully you get out. And there's the thing is there is so many entities. I didn't even get halfway through them. But basically, there's entities in every single level of these things, and I think there was two that was mostly on level 0. I know the big one is I think the windows, which is basically just like it's a trap. Basically, you try to go look through the windows, and there's an entity using it as like a placeholder to get you in. Um, the only entity I have not yet to see is the what the YouTuber for the short film uses for like the metallic endoskeleton looking things. I've not yet found what those are supposed to be. Um, but I have found a lot of things. There's most of them you're supposed to run away from. If you hear them, run away. Stay calm. Look at them. Walk calmly, slowly, silently. There are some things that can help you, some things that can give you advice, some things that can actually help you. There is environments where you can gain weapons. I guess you can get things like rocks and like other little things. But the biggest thing I seen through most of them is almond water. No matter where you go, most places suggest getting almond water. I guess it's supposed to keep you sane for some of the things. Um, but it is weird. I guess the biggest one that I just learned about is hounds, which basically are just like a werewolf kind of situation. They will not do anything to you unless you lose eye contact with them. So basically, you keep contact with them, back away slowly like a regular dog is. So you're basically scaring them into being like, I have eye contact with you. I can do an action if you try to attack me. And basically, the second you break eye contact, they will attack you. But that's basically how it is. It's basically you. A big thing that I did here is just go off your instinct. Um, Basically, if your instincts are telling you something, you might as well go with them. It will save your life in the back rooms most of the time. But I guess there's like hundreds of levels. There's negative levels. There's levels that are basically your death. I don't remember what it is. I think it's not the end, but there is a level where it's just a long hallway and you're running for, I think it was 6 miles or something like that. And if you stop, it's worse than death. And I'm like, holy crap. I hope these things aren't real. Um, but basically, there's just a whole bunch of things. There's a level 666, supposed to be like the devil's gift shop or something. That's what I seen. It's kind of weird at this point, but basically, you go through rooms, you try to survive them, you get whatever you can through these. You go off your instinct. I guess there are people that will help you. There is actually communities of other people that were stuck in the back rooms that just created a situation so you can survive if you get to certain areas. I guess there are certain things like I don't know if it's a part of the bigger one, but the entity list that I found, there's elevators, and I guess elevators can take you to any room level, and I hope you know what levels to go to, because if you go into certain ones, you're dead, and you have to either find the exit or you better have a certain thing that helps you in that situation. There's also certain entities that tell you that you need to either be aggressive towards them, be nice to them. There's also entities that tell you to kill them and use them for resources, or to avoid them being a problem in the future. Like there's one where I think it's the blinders or something like that. Um, and basically it just tells you to go ahead and choke them out. That will, in case you don't have a weapon, choke them out. There's also ones where they says stay your distance. That, keep your distance away from them. Don't disturb them. That's most of the entities. So basically, the backrooms is just something you game glitch and no clip into something, and it's kind of like the creepypasta of the um, I think it's the no return um where it gets worse and worse as you go through. I think it's something of no return, but I forgot what it was. But it's basically got that thing where it's an escape room kind of situation, and there are things in there that can kill you. There are things in there that will horrify you, and if you can't stay sane, you might as well give it. The creepiest one that I'd personally say is the level fun, which I believe the only way for you to go there is if you actually get into a window, which is a trap, which I think is level 12 or something like that, where it's another version of level 0, where basically it's a modern version of the infinite working space. And basically, if you go to a window that has confetti, it transports you to this like it's basically level 0, but fit to be like a birthday style. And I guess there were party poopers, but I never got to see them. Also, that they were extinct. Um, but I guess the biggest thing is two things. There is the um, party props and like the platters and stuff, like a normal party setup, and then there's the party goers. The party goers are the entities, and the party props and the party display is a trap from the party goers. So I believe the cookies and any kind of food would be anything edible or drinkable would probably be poisonous or something, to eventually kill you. They probably have traps or something rigged, probably a sounder. And I guess party goers are like freaking oh, I forgot what his name is. My grandma's old Jack Russell used to have him. I think his name was Gumby or something. He was this huge rubber thing. Think of that, but horrifying. I guess it was a normal plastic thing that took a knife and cut a smiley face into it. Um, and that's really it. But it's the scariest thing I've seen so far. I mean, I think not the hallucinants, the insanes. I think it is basically the people that go insane in here will, um, they become like a horrifying image, and it may make you go insane if they touch you. Um, oh, and then the party goers, I forgot to mention, but if they touch you, you become a party goer yourself. Um, but it's a lot of that stuff. So either you become it, you die from it, worse than death. There's a lot of stuff in the back rooms. But anyways, that's it for the main subject. I suggest going looking it up yourself because there's so much stuff for me to cover in just a summary. But I might as well go over what. Here, I'm just gonna look it up so I can give them credit for this because I rather not be that guy. Kane Pixels. He's the one who made the found footage for the Backrooms, and it's mostly centered on the level 0 concept. From what we understand, a company was trying to design a pocket dimension, kind of like Larry from SCPs, where he makes himself like a pocket dimension so he can trap his victims in it. They were trying to make an apartment complex or a working complex outside of regular reality. That way, they can make a portal to and from this compound. That way, it doesn't take space anymore. Try to conserve the world a little bit better. You stop taking away woods and forests to make another small pocket dimension just to pop in and out if you really needed space for any kind of living space or any kind of working space. It would be provided in here. But I guess something goes wrong and it like overloads it. This is his version of the Backrooms, and I guess it overloads it, and the effects like the radiation or whatever starts affecting things within the complex. And it makes, I think the biggest thing right now is the fungus, where they have to because they first few years that the complex is made after its incident, they do have control of it. They cut it off from the rest of the world. Like, sure, there are a few people that do get no clipped out of the way, but they can control it somewhat. And they go to investigate it, and they had to wear safety suits, like the hazmat suits, because there is a parasite in the air that will infect the person, kind of make it like a mushroom or some kind of fungus. And then there's another thing which that I was trying to look up like I said before, I was trying to look up the entity, but basically it's like the endoskeleton that he made. Basically it's kind of the same concept of level 0, where you're just running around. There's a few landmarks here and there, but in his, it's in the first original one, it's just an unlimited. You have to find a no clipping space. In this one, it's basically a glitching out system that was supposed to be made to help humanity, and instead of it being an infinite thing, there is probably an entrance and an exit. But thanks to the glitching system of the complex, it moves around reality quickly. Like, it's kind of like the reason why no clipping happens is when it moves, it opens up the ability for other people to fall in. Because one of the most recent videos, a guy separates from his crew checking it out, and the place kind of snaps out of place just to throw him somewhere else. And I think it's either it seems like it's traveling between dimensions, universes, or time, because there are like early 1800s tools in the house that is found in that found footage. But that's really it. It's just the original is just a whole bunch of escape rooms and dangerous building things like SCPs, and the other thing is basically this a project from a company that was trying to look out for humanity by making another pocket dimension for housing and workspaces, and it ends up being overloading. It creates a pocket dimension, but it's uncontrollable, and they can't hold it for long, and it does cause side effects and make byproducts that are like entities. But anyways, that's kind of it for the Backrooms. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.